Hello and welcome to my report back from my third day in Geneva, Switzerland at the review of the United States' compliance with its obligations under the International Convention on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, CERD. Right now I'm in the Palais des Nations, which is the main UN building, and I'll hopefully be able to show you some more of the meeting spaces. Right now I'm just in a hallway, having come out of that room right there. Anyway, first I wanted to mention that last night I went to an event the U.S. Human Rights Network put together where I had the opportunity to listen to some powerful stories of directly impacted folks who are among the advocates attending the review and to hear their policy recommendations. All the testimony was incredibly powerful. I wanted to highlight in particular that it was an honor and privilege to hear testimony from Sabrina Fulton, the mother of Trayvon Martin, and Ron Davis, the father of Jordan Davis, about their experiences losing children to racial violence and the need to repeal stand your ground laws. It just happened that at the event, one of the CERD committee members sat down right next to me. So I had an opportunity to chat briefly with her about access to justice in civil cases and to pass her our one-pager. Today has been a busy day. At 10 a.m., we, the U.S. Civil Society delegation, as well as the indigenous nations in attendance, had our formal briefings with the committee. During these briefings, we delivered 3-minute testimonials highlighting key points about our issue area, as well as proposed questions and recommendations we'd like the committee to make to the U.S. government. I worked on a statement about housing issues, like I think I mentioned before, and I specifically contributed a piece about the importance of access to counsel in foreclosure and eviction proceedings, as well as other proceedings where basic human needs are at stake. I want to mention something I really value about the U.S. Human Rights Network and how they have organized our advocacy here. After the working groups presented their statements this morning, organizers and advocates directly impacted by the issues they were working on had an opportunity to make statements to the committee about their experiences and recommendations. I think a lot of times at these types of events, the voices of NGO representatives, often lawyers or professional advocates, are privileged. Sometimes these representatives are directly impacted by the issues they are speaking on, but sometimes this prioritization serves to invisibilize the expertise of directly impacted individuals and communities. Obviously, the people best equipped to speak to human rights violations and make recommendations for remedies are those who have experienced those violations themselves. So I really appreciate that the network has worked hard to center the expertise of directly impacted people during this review. This afternoon, we had a consultation with the U.S. government in that room over there. Unfortunately, there was some tension because the government was not super responsive to U.S. HRN's, the Human Rights Network's, attempts to get information and organize civil society participants in advance. As a result, we ran out of time, but luckily we got in our statement and questions about housing issues, and Aaron Smith, my colleague from the Human Rights Institute at Columbia Law School, asked a set of questions about access to justice, focusing on the fact that the Legal Services Corporation, which funds free legal aid to indigent clients in civil cases, is heavily underfunded and over-restricted. So tomorrow is the actual review of the U.S., and it goes into Thursday, and I will keep you updated.